Now that you've had some time to understand and reflect upon the need for a missional approach to leadership that is grounded in listening to God, let's take a look at the expectations and canonical requirements of vestries and bishop committees. For this section, we'll be hearing from Kim Seidman, the rector of Holy Comforter in Broomfield. Kim began her time at Holy Comforter as they sought to rebuild after some difficult years. Under her leadership, they have grown, moved from a mission to a parish, and developed vibrant missional ministries, such as the Broomfield Farmers Market and Broomfield Children's Chorus. She's also been active in work in the wider church as former chair of the Commission on Ministry and a deputy for General Convention. Welcome, Kim. When the group working on this project first started talking about the necessary components for this training, you wanted to delve into this area. How do the constitutions and canons of the Episcopal Church inform the work of vestries and bishops' committees?
When someone asks me what a vestry or a bishop's committee does, one of the first places that I turn to is our constitution and canons. The word canon comes from the Greek, meaning measuring rod or rule. The constitution and canons of the Episcopal Church and of a diocese establish the rules that govern our common life. For me, one of the great gifts of being part of a larger body is that individual congregations don't have to reinvent the wheel. Our organizational structure and essential responsibilities are already laid out for us. So I found it helpful over the years with each new vestry to spend some time together at the outset becoming familiar with the canons. They describe the key roles and the separate responsibilities of the rector and the vestry, so it's a great place to begin conversation about our partnership and ministry. We also spend some time reviewing our parish bylaws and articles of incorporation. These documents ensure that we're complying with civil law as well, since the parish is also a nonprofit organization.
That's a lot of information in a short period of time. Where can I find these documents?
You can download current versions of the canons as well as templates of parish bylaws and articles of incorporation on our Episcopal Colorado website.
It seems sometimes like clergy understand things like polity and governance better than a layperson. I know that when I was a member of a vestry, I didn't really know much at all about what was expected of me. Can you expand on how the canons define and help us understand our expectations?
Sure. All clergy promise obedience to the doctrine, discipline, and worship of the Episcopal Church. So as part of my ordination vows, I'm bound to the Constitution and canons. Vestry members, as legal representatives of the parish, are also subject to the Constitution and canons. So let's look at some specific responsibilities. The canons of the Episcopal Church are brief when describing the ministry of the vestry. In Title I, Canon 14, the vestry shall be agents and legal representatives of the parish in all matters concerning its corporate property and the relations of parish to its clergy. Other mentions include approving an annual parochial report and recommending persons for the bishop to consider for ordination. While the words are few, the scope of the work is vast. To legally represent the parish, bear responsibility for the finances and property, and oversee the relationship between rector and congregation is tremendous. Our diocesan canons provide more specifics. Canon 14 of the Episcopal Church in Colorado addresses parish ministry. It says that every parish shall be incorporated under the laws of the state of Colorado as a nonprofit organization. It says that the article shall accede to the Constitution and canons of the Episcopal Church and of the diocese, and shall be approved by the ecclesiastical authority and chancellor. A parish will comply to the laws governing nonprofits in Colorado and shall maintain adequate property and liability insurance through church insurance. The policy needs to be approved in writing by the Standing Committee. It goes on to say that congregations shall be governed by a vestry that functions as its board of directors with the rector as the chair. Vestry members shall be adult communicants in good standing with terms set forth in the bylaws. It says that a parish shall not alienate or encumber real property or incur indebtedness secured by real property except when written consent of ecclesiastical authority and standing committee. This means that if you're considering anything that would permanently affect the value or risk real assets, you need written permission. And this is because as Episcopalians, we hold our property in trust for the larger body. The canon goes on to detail specific vestry responsibilities, such as raising funds for membership, holding an annual meeting to present an annual budget, submitting an annual audit, a parochial report, and any other reports that are requested, maintaining copies of all governing documents, a parish register, and a set of policies regarding children and youth. The canons also lay out processes to address crises in leadership and sustainability. How each vestry approaches these responsibilities makes all the difference. This is part of your formation as a leadership team. A rector and a vestry that can prayerfully discern their work together will go a long way in furthering God's mission where they're called.
Kim, thank you so much. That is incredibly clear and helpful. And thank you so much for taking the time to devote to this project. You may pause the video here and go deeper in this area. Please review Module 2, Expectations and Canonical Responsibilities, to review in more detail the ways the canons and bylaws inform your priorities as congregational leaders.